Welcome, my dear students of class 11. Today I am here again with you to take the lessons for scheduled class. Today I am going to take lesson from your EFT book, that means English first paper, and our lesson is taken from Unit 14. It is from the old edition, from your books. From old edition, it is Unit 14. Maybe another one from new edition. You have to find it out whether it is from another unit or not. So in old edition, it is from Unit 14. So students, now we will go directly to our lesson. I think you will attentively watch the classes and I am going to take the class as so. Take a look at the PowerPoint presentation here. Okay, let's start. Today's topic, as I have said, from Unit 14, Lesson 2, and the name of our topic is folk music. Here are some of the words I have take it from the text, from the main text we are going to read today, but I cannot write down the meaning because my Bangla typing is not so well, so I cannot write the meaning, but I will tell it orally. If you look attentively, if you listen attentively, you will be able to follow me. Okay, consist of means গঠিত, community সম্প্রদায়, sophisticated বাস্তব বুদ্ধি সম্পন্ন এরকম কিছু বোঝায়, heritage ঐতিহ্য, secular ধর্মনিরপেক্ষ, spring from it means উদ্ভূত বা সৃষ্টি হওয়া কোনো কিছু থেকে, transmit হস্তান্তরিত করা, প্রেরণ করা, perform সম্পাদন পরিবেশন, spontaneous স্বতঃস্ফূর্ত, spontaneous means স্বতঃস্ফূর্ত, semi literate অর্ধ শিক্ষিত, dialect উপভাষা আঞ্চলিকতার যে dialogue, that is called dialect উপভাষা, appealing আবেদনময়ী, that creates any kind of appeal to us, that is called appealing, despite সত্ত্বেও, explicit manifestation, that means সুস্পষ্ট বহিঃপ্রকাশ, সুস্পষ্ট বহিঃপ্রকাশ, emotive expression, emotion থেকে emotive comes, ভাবাবেগীয় expression means প্রকাশ, ভাবাবেগের প্রকাশ, natural rhythm, that means স্বাভাবিক ছন্দ. These are the words you will face when you go through the text. So if you read out the words, but if you get the meaning previously, then it will be more easy for you to go through the text. So let's go to our text. Folk music. Folk music is one of the most important texts that you may expect in the exam paper. Okay, so it is very important for your ensuing exam. Folk music is a lengthy one. The text is quite lengthy, so it is, if you find in your guidebooks, you will find that this long text is divided in 2 parts, and 2 model questions are made of this one lesson. So today I am taking the part 1 of folk music, and if I get the chance of taking another class, then I will complete it in my next class. Okay, so folk music part 1 I am starting today. So let's go read out the text. Folk music consists of songs and music of a community that are uninfluenced by any sophisticated musical rules or any standard music styles. That means folk music, Polli Songit, consists of songs and musics. Consists of, gothic songs and music of a community, sampradaya, that are uninfluenced, probabhীন by any sophisticated musical rules or any standard music style. That means folk music are not influenced by any complicated musical rules or a standard music style. It's not folk music does not follow these rules. Okay, Bangladesh as a heritage means oitijjo. Bangladesh has a heritage of a rich folk music. This means lots of folk music in the heritage of Bangladesh. There are lots of folk music which includes both religious and secular. So religious dharmiyo, secular dharmonirpekho. That means both kind of songs, religious and secular songs, are combined in the heritage of Bengali folk music. Okay, next, folk music may be described as that type of ancient music which springs from the heart of a community based on their natural style of expression, uninfluenced by the rules of classical music and modern popular songs. Folk music may be described as that type of ancient music. Folk music is obviously an ancient type of music which springs from, as we have already said, it springs from means comes from, and that means creates from, from the heart of a community. Heart means from the core of their feeling. This is the heart of a community based on the natural style. Style is very natural and expression uninfluenced by the rules of classical music. Classical music rules, folk music do not follow the classical musical rules. It comes from the heart of the community, and it is very ancient. Style is very ancient, type is very ancient, and it does not follow any kind of modern popular song. These are called here. Okay. Next you go. Any mood or form created by the combination of tune, voice and dance may be described as music. This is an universally it is a definition of music, that any mood or form created by the combination. If you want to create a music, tune, voice and dance may be there, and this is an universal definition of music. So that's the combination of folk songs. So what is folk music? That's the combination of folk song, folk dance and folk tune may be called folk music. When song, tune, music all will be folk, then that time you can call folk music. For example, baul songs. You know baul songs, how they sing, how attire, what type of attire, dress up they do, what type of dresses that time, and what kind of tune they follow. Those and combination of those things gives the expression that it is a baul song. So baul songs are a combination of tune, music and dance. Okay. Folk music has the following characteristics. Now it comes the characteristics, that means boishishto. So the characteristics, there are some characteristics for which a typical music type is called folk music. So these are the characteristics of folk music. It is composed by rural folk. It is composed by rural folk on the basis of ancient rules transmitted orally. The rules of folk music transmitted, that means হস্তান্তরিত হয়েছে, transmitted orally, মৌখিকভাবে, from their ancient period. Okay, so from ancient period the rules of folk music is transmitted orally from generation to generation. So it is composed, that means written and give the music or tune that is composed. It is composed by rural folk on the basis of ancient rules transmitted orally. These ancient rules of music have not been influenced by classical or modern music. So these ancient rules of music have not been influenced by classical. No classical or modern music influenced the ancient rules of folk music. Folk music, ancient it has some several ancient rules, and folk music follow that rules. No modern music is followed by the folk music. This is called here. Okay, next we go to the third characteristics. Number 3, folk songs may be sung in groups or individual. You find when folk songs is sung, some folk songs are sung individually or some folk songs are sung in groups. So in two types it can be sung, in groups or individually. That means one person. Number 4, no regular practice is required for folk music. You need not to practice regularly to sing folk song. So no regular practice is needed here. It is composed or performed by literate or by illiterate or semi-literate people. The persons who compose, who writes or give the tunes or give the music of the folk music, they are not higher educated. So generally they mean illiterate or semi-literate. So this kind of people usually compose folk music. It is a spontaneous expression in easy language, local dialect and simple tune. Spontaneous expression, that means spontaneous, স্বতঃস্ফূর্ত expression, prakash. In easy language, language is very easy, local dialect, ancholikata, and simple tune. Tune, that means sure, is very simple, sahaj. So it is a spontaneous expression in easy language, local dialect and simple tune. Both words and tune are appealing. It is the words and tunes make an appeal to us. It is one kind of song that touches our heart. So it is comes from the earth, of any region. So it has a regional touch. So this regional touch makes an appeal to us. Both words and tune are appealing. Despite its universal appeal, it uses local dialect. Though folk music is everyone likes it, folk music is very favorite to mass people, but it always uses local dialect. Next, it depends upon nature and the rural environment. Always it depends upon nature, natural setting and rural environment. Where the rural environment in a dry land, then there comes another tune. It is a marshy land, then there comes another tune. So it is a very green land, then there comes another tune. It is a watery place, then it comes another tune. So it depends upon nature and the rural environment. It is an explicit manifestation of the joys and sorrows of daily life. So in folk music, the rural people gives expression of their joys or the sorrows of their daily life. The songs may tell of some sad things of their daily life, may tell of some joyous moment of their daily life, whatever it is an explicit and supposed to boriprakash of the joys and sorrows, ananda vedana of their daily life. It uses simple and natural rhythms. So rhythms, that means chando, is very simple and very natural. It contains a strong emotive expression of human love and separation. It also contains a strong emotive expression. So expression is very emotional of human love and separation. Love and separation. Love means unity and separation means getting detached. So it contains the emotion of love and emotion of separation also. So these are about the part 1 from the lesson folk music. Here comes the end of the text, and here we find the ways how folk music is created, what are the characteristic, how it is we are familiar about the folk music, and these are the things that is you find in this text. So I have an exercise for today. I will practice an exercise, make a flowchart showing the characteristics of folk music. As you find, we have got quite 12 characteristics of folk music. How many characteristics? 12 characteristics of folk music. So in 12 characteristics, you can take 5 from this, and then you can easily fill up the flowchart. From 12 characteristics, you have to fill up only 6. One is given for you, and that is composed and performed by illiterate or semi-literate rural people. It is the first one is done for you. This is one of the characteristics, boishishto of folk music. You have to fill up the another 5 to make or fill up this flow chart. So composed and performed by illiterate to semi-literate people. These you will find it is composed by rural folk on the basis of ancient rules, and it is one of the characteristics that it is composed or performed by literate or semi-literate people. The first one is taken from number 5 characteristics. You have to follow this, and you have to collect the other characteristics from after number 5. You cannot go beyond this, because if you go beyond this, you will not be able to maintain the flow. That means the serial. Okay, you have to this 5 number characteristics. Number 5 characteristics is taken as the first one, so you have to collect the other 5 characteristics after number 5. So our next characteristics we can collect from here. What is collected here? You say first, composed and performed by illiterate or semi-literate rural people. Next, transmitted orally. So from where we find it is taken, it is transmitted orally. It is one of the characteristics, that is it is transmitted orally, but this is taken from this part, from the earlier portion of the text, transmitted orally from generation to generation. Ancient rules and transmitted orally. Here it is taken, but the serial is breaked here. Next, sung in groups or individually. This is taken from the sung in groups from the number 3. Sung in groups or individually. Spontaneous expression in easy language. Spontaneous expression in easy language. It is taken from number 6. Spontaneous expression in easy language from 6 number characteristics it is taken. Appealing words and tune, it is taken from number 8 characteristics, number 8, appealing words and tune. And use of simple and natural rhythm, it is taken from number 9 characteristics. These two are taken from this two is actually serial is break, but if you write, it will be proper for you to take the characteristics after number 5. From this point you will take the another characteristics here. So these are the 6 characteristics. You can fill up like this, the 6 gaps. First one is done for you, and next 5 gaps you have to follow, and in this way you can fill up the flowchart. Okay. Next, homework for you. Here today I have set question answer as homework, but I will tell the question answer really. You have to write it down when you find the text, and I think if you listen to me, then you will be able to write down the answers of this text. Answer the following questions. What does folk music consist of? I am telling it orally. You have yourself find it in the text and then write down the question as it is homework. Put down the date of today's class and do the homework in a separate sheet of paper and preserve it until the opening of our college regular classes. Okay. So today's homework, what does folk music consist of? In our first text, you will find the answer. Folk music consists of songs and music. Folk music consists of songs and music of a community that are uninfluenced by any sophisticated musical rules or any standard music style. So when the question comes like this, what does folk music consist of? Your answer will be like this. Folk music consists of songs and music of a community that are uninfluenced by any sophisticated musical rules or any standard music style. You can take this first total sentence as the answer of the first question. Our next question, what kind of folk music does Bangladesh have? What kind of folk music does Bangladesh have? So if you want to answer this question, the second sentence of the text will provide as the answer of this question. Bangladesh has a heritage of rich folk music which includes both religious and secular. So what kind of folk music does Bangladesh have? So Bangladesh has a heritage of rich folk music which includes both religious and secular songs. So the question answer will be like this. question answer will be like this, that Bangladesh has a heritage of rich folk music which includes both religious and secular songs. Religious and secular songs. This is the answer of the question. What kind of folk music does Bangladesh have? So this comes the answer. Bangladesh has a heritage of rich folk music which includes both religious and secular songs. Okay. Next go to our last question. Question number 3. How can folk music be described? How can folk music be described? How we can describe folk music? So here comes the answer. Here comes the answer. Any mood or form created by the combination of tune, voice and dance may be described as music. This line you need not to take. You need to take what? How can folk music be described? How can folk music? So the combination, thus is not included here. You will take the answer from here. The combination of folk song, folk dance and folk tune may be called folk music. So how we can describe the folk music? The combination of folk song, folk dance and folk tune may be described. You can use the word describe or called. Both are applicable here. So if you follow the language of the question, you can maybe described as folk music. You can say this. So the combination of folk song, folk dance and folk tune may be described as folk music. You can, if you write this, the question answer will be perfect. Okay. So follow my words and you will be able to write down the question answer after my class. Next question. Number 4. Mention 3 things. Mention 3 things that combine to make folk music. 3 things. What 3 things that combine to make folk music? These questions are quite similar. Folk music, 3 things. That means the 3 things that combine to make folk music are folk tune, folk music and folk dance. The 3 things that combine to make folk music are, you will use the verb are here. The 3 things that combine to make folk music are folk tune, folk and folk song and folk dance. Folk tune, folk song and folk dance. These 3 things that combine to make folk music. Both the answers are similar, but you have to modify a little bit according to the question. Okay. What does folk song depend upon? The last question comes here. What does folk song depend upon? So, in the characteristics number 9, you will find the answer. Here, you will find the answer in the characteristics number 9. It depends upon natural nature and the rural environment. So when the question will like this, what does folk song depend upon, then you can use this answer like this. The folk song depends upon nature and the rural environment. The folk song depends upon nature and rural environment. So what does folk song depend upon? The question will be like this and the answer will be here. It from in this place, in the place of it, you will write folk song. Folk song depends upon nature and the rural environment, and in this way you can complete the answer. Okay. So these are your homework, and it will be better for you if you fill up the question answer, write down the question answer in a separate sheet, and you have to preserve it, and afterwards I will take it out when you will submit it to me. Okay, thank you all of you, and I will take leave of you. There comes the end of today's class. Folk song is very easy lesson and very important one. If you follow the lesson and 2 exercise, I have tried to practice 2 exercises here. One is flowchart and other is question answer. Okay, so see you in my next class. Till that, bye bye today.